All eyes of the NBA world on Boston's TD Garden tonight. Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinals.
That don't mean we're going to win. We got to go get it. We got to go get it. Let's go. Showtime! Hoorah! Showtime! Hoorah! Showtime! Hoorah! 1, 2, 3. Go get it!
Y'all got to follow my lead. Here we go. More guard dominate. 1, 2, 3.
More guard. 4, 5, 6, dominate.
A game that could be a defining moment in the career of this brilliant young star. The kid from Akron has always been the hometown hero. From the moment Cleveland drafted him #1, he's transformed the franchise. From his rookie season, LeBron James has had Hall of Fame numbers, countless highlights, and back-to-back MVPs. But despite staggering stats and the best regular season record 2 years running, the Cavs are still searching for that first title, and tonight face elimination. All courtesy of a rejuvenated former champion. The Boston Celtics' teamwork and passion has rekindled parade hopes in Beantown. Tonight, they can end the Cavs season and perhaps the era of the hometown hero.
We got to do our jobs tonight. That's the key. For 48 minutes, we got to do our jobs. We're going to win tonight because we understand that. We're going to win tonight because we understand that. For 48 minutes, you got to have focus, you got to sustain, and you got to go through the process.
A sellout crowd. They have Celtics fever. It's full-blown in Boston as their team one win away from the huge upset and the conference final. But they've got to go through LeBron James and the Cavs, their championship aspiration season, one loss away from ending bitterly. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Along with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand, Doris Burke with us as well. Finally, the tip of Game 6 is here. I think we've talked about Game 5 quite enough. And let's start off, Mark, with the Cavaliers. It was inexplicable what happened to them in Game 5. Not only LeBron's performance, but the team to lose by 32 at home in such an important playoff game. What was the problem, and what has to change?
Well, I really don't know what the problem was when you talk about the Cavaliers' energy and effort in Game 5. They were manhandled, thoroughly outplayed, and embarrassed. What I do know is that they're far away from playing championship caliber basketball. And you got to point the finger to this guy. In elimination games, he's elevated his game. Too much is given, much is required. And therefore, force other guys to follow you. But the main concern is they got to get back to playing Cavalier defense.
Well, LeBron's struggles overshadowed an extraordinary performance by the Celtics on the road. What impressed you the most?
Well, their entire road performance impressed me. And when they're whole and they're healthy, they're as good as any team left in the playoffs. And it starts with their 4 main guys. Paul Pierce has been in a struggle, but played a better Game 5. Ray Allen is the ultimate professional and is a true marksman. Garnett has been rock solid and has dominated Antoine Jamison. And Rondo has been special. If they defend and they rebound and take care of the ball, they'll win here at home.
Well, the crowd certainly expects it as we look at the starting lineup. Cavaliers had the big win in Game 3 here. Mo Williams, Anthony Parker in the backcourt. James and Jamison. No lineup changes. Shaquille O'Neal coming off the 21-point game in Game 5. And for the Celtics, all 5 starters in double figures in Game 5. They are playing their best ball at the perfect time of year. Ball tipped by Jamison out of bounds. And the Celtics will take control. It has been a bizarre series, starting with performances from LeBron James, blowouts by the road teams. Of course, the elbow factor with James. So many different scenarios, so many different subplots. And here the Celtics with a chance to get the win and set up a match with the Orlando Magic.
And I like this matchup by Mike Brown right away. Putting Shaquille O'Neal on Garnett, giving him a bigger body, pushing him out of the post and more into a mid-range game.
Garnett has been so solid, so consistent. He's either had 18 or 19 in all 5 games. Nice backdoor, and James gets his first field goal 31 seconds into the game. A little different than Game 5.
And my only problem with the matchup with Shaquille O'Neal defending Kevin Garnett is pick and pop situations. Garnett will be able to get wide open mid-range jump shot.
Ray Allen, who continues to have big games in the postseason. He's been their leading scorer throughout the playoffs. James misses. Allen can't get it. Did he touch it? No, Celtic ball. Well, one thing you'd expect is that number 23 is not going to worry about getting his team involved early. You have the feeling he's going to attack as much as possible.
Nor should he worry about getting Shaquille O'Neal touches. Shaquille O'Neal's the type of player you don't need to go to. He can get his own shot. As Garnett hits another step-back jumper. The guy they have to worry about getting going is Mo Williams. Because if Mo Williams is ineffective on offense, he's being picked on the defensive end of the floor.
Mo Williams in this series shooting just 39%, just under 12 a game. Numbers certainly below his regular season. James lost it. Ball knocked loose. And a foul on LeBron James. As we send it over for the first time tonight to Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Michael. In the wake of the way the Cavaliers lost Game 5 on their home floor, it might be impossible to overstate the kind of media scrutiny they have endured over the last 48 hours. Speculation ranging on topics from LeBron James's passive approach to a perceived disconnect between Mike Brown and his players as it relates to minutes, rotations, and adjustments. When LeBron was asked about it pregame in the locker room, he simply said, listen, it's the playoffs, there'll be speculation about a lot of things. The reality of the situation is Pearson delivers over is the game will be decided between the lines, Mike. He said we have to set aside all of that and force a Game 7. We'll see how it goes for them, Mike.
And the game might be decided as Mo Williams. Good aggressive move to the basket by who shoots the ball better. Right now, both teams shooting well. Celtics, a perfect 4 for 4. And they shot 55% from the field on the road in Game 5 against this excellent defensive team. Perkins draws the foul on Jamison, and he'll shoot 2 free throws.
And, Mike, I want to touch on what Doris just talked about, perceived disconnect between the team and the coach. That happens after every playoff loss for every team. There's questioning of strategy. But what you really need, when you lose by 32, it has nothing to do with coaching. What you really need is you need truth tellers in the locker room to stand up and tell each and every one to be accountable for their own play and their own actions. You don't need dividers. You need uniters and inspirers.
And the other thing I will say is you get blown out, you get drilled in Game 5 the way that they got drilled. You don't understand whether the game plan or the strategy was sound because you didn't put forth the type of energy and effort that will indicate to the players whether it was the right strategy.
Mike Brown brought a defensive mindset to these Cavaliers when he came here. This is his 5th year, and they did not have that in Game 5 when they gave up 120 points on their home floor in a huge playoff game. That last foul, by the way, was on Parker, not on Jamison. As James gets inside, Garnett the rebound. James obviously aggressive. That's what he said he would be. He said, I'll be ready for Game 6. Pierce steps back, in and out. And that's the first miss from Boston. Celtics had that great win in Game 4 after they were blown out at home in Game 3. A 29-point destruction as Jamison draws the foul. Pierce hit him.
And again, like we saw in Game 3 and 4 here in Boston, Antoine Jamison on a pick and pop drives the ball to his right. I thought in Game 5, Garnett did an outstanding job influencing Jamison to his left hand. This is a solid play by Mo Williams. Pierce happened to be on him in a cross match, and I don't think he needs to make that foul. Right there, you're going to be guarding James the whole game. You can't take a foul like that and waste one.
Celtics, the early 3-point lead. We've played nearly 3 minutes. Again, Shaq on Garnett. Pierce steps back with 3. Too strong. And Perkins the rebound. Rondo finds an opening, banks it in. Mo Williams pushes and able to connect. Williams with 2 impressive shots. First the drive, then the jumper.
Oh, it's good to see because he's a scoring point guard. It's good to see him put his head down, look to make plays.
Ray Allen fires away. And Parker the rebound. Even though they've lost the last couple of games, Parker has actually played well for them. There's Williams again. Too short.
No, one thing you fall into as a player is trying to be a hero at times. Early on in this game, You want to trust your offense and run sets as opposed to trying to be a one-hit wonder.
Mo Williams can't get it to go. Jamison tried to tip it in. Crowd thought it was offensive interference as Pierce has Parker on him. And a foul on Anthony Parker. So that's going to be 2 on Parker. Or do they call it on him?
Cleveland fouls on number 18, Anthony Parker.
So Parker picks up the foul. Now, an earlier foul that they originally charged to Parker was obviously changed, or is that now 2?
Cleveland number 13, Delonte West.
Parker's going to sit down with 2. Delonte West comes in.